Chapter 85, Sly. Marie is just behind me, halfway up the garage to where I remember the new safe is supposed to be, and the alarm goes off. The next thing I know, a family of iron bars has jammed both the space between us and my way up. I feel bars banging down from both the way to the safe and the way we just came. What's that alarm? Bentley and I say it through the channel at the very same time. It cuts off access to most rooms, I hear Penelope reply. Something brand new my sister just told me. But I bombed the roof of the comms room. You should still be able to get in there, Bentley. Roger, I'm almost there now. What about us? Says Murray as he takes out his radio. Sly and I are trapped now. I quickly look around. I see an open vent by the ground and point to it. I don't think anything is blocking that. I'll try to get through it. In the meantime, you see if you can get out. Okay, buddy. I'm kind of lucky in this case that I lost weight while in that prison because the vent is minuscule and dusty. I managed to squeeze my way through 3 different ones when I actually see some of the bars are raised. I look up and all of these ones are not blocking my path. That's weird. I could swear I heard and felt all of them banging down. Unless I make a run for it and manage to catch up to a pair of running feet. Stop! I order. He doesn't, but I seem to be making progress on him. Once I manage to get a good look at him, I see it's Silvio, and I see him quickly tapping some kind of card. With it, the bars are rising. With the latest one, he tries to tap it on the other side to close it, but I'm too fast for him. Still, I had to dive to make it past the bars in time, and he uses the time I need to get up to tap another wall of bars open. I'm up now, though, and deciding he doesn't have the time to risk it again, he keeps running. Soon, we're both at the top floor, and there the safe is. I manage to trip him with my cane, and he falls to the ground. But before I manage to do what I can to restrain him, he turns and kicks me in the stomach. I lightly recoil, and he gets a chance to stand up. Well, long time no see at all, Sly Cooper, he says, huffing and puffing just like me. You've lost, Mr. Silvio. The police are on their way. You've managed to evade us for the last time. You will be captured too, and you're an actual criminal, he retorts with a snicker. Shouldn't take too long to fix you up, right? I reply, gripping my cane tighter. Will it now? Coming through a door I hear open, away from my field of vision because it's behind the new safe, steps Tongia, the famous Sly Cooper. Huh, my full name's been said to me twice in 15 seconds. I'm flattered with my popularity, something you guys could use some lessons with. Tongia smirks. I have no needed rebuttal of that. I could just show you. We, corrects Silvio. Sly, I hear Branwell from my earpiece. Tongia just took a small forklift I didn't see earlier to the top of the garage. He might try to corner you. Yeah, I noticed. I take out my radio and reply. We had a feeling you'd be here, says Tongia, and we're going to teach you a lesson never to mess with us again. So we fight. Every time I do one of these, I often wait until there's a chance to strike. With 2 taking me on at once, it's harder, so I focus on the weaker one first. And Silvio manages to be a half-decent opponent. He's unafraid to really throw punches, but he also telegraphs too much. I also think of all the moves I've learned in my years, allowing my cane to produce a light electric shock, doing flips over charging enemies, changing direction in an instant, and delivering the toughest kicks. While fighting, I overhear Bentley saying he got through the sewer system and has managed to get into comms. I barely hear any of it through the alarm and my breaths as I fight my 2 opponents. Tongia actually manages to land a punch that's going to leave a bruise, but this isn't anything new. A lot of times feeling physical pain just feels more like part of the job. But when I whack Tongia and Silvio at different times with my cane, it seems they need to forget about me and soothe themselves a bit. As I do my best to keep myself out of their sweaty hands with this alarm threatening to both distract and irritate me, it becomes clear the alarm is doing that more to them than me. Tongia is definitely the strongest of us, and I'm clearly the fastest. Silvio's not far behind though. We both manage to hit each other while Tongia catches up, but every step he makes I can feel in my bones. If I were a little kid under his care like Penelope was, I think my confidence would be far from what it is now. Minutes go by and I do my best to conserve my energy but not play my poker face. Because of the both of them suddenly underestimating me as I take a light breath, I manage to get a lucky hit and knock Silvio down. But Tongia manages to grab me when I do so, having hesitated by the pride in myself for beating him. He throws me by the neck against the wall, and I can tell he wants to go in for a big punch. I grip his hand and bite down on it as hard as I can. He screams and his grip loosens a bit, allowing me to slip out. I crouch and then leap between his overalls, with a hit from my cane in a delicate area. This really gets him mad and he then charges for me. I run for it, knowing he's catching up with me, and I leap away the last second as he goes crashing into the wall. This knocks him out cold, and something falls out of his pocket. It looks like a small remote. A red button on it has a glowing beep, and I realize it's in tune with the alarm. I manage to switch it off. And I think I hear doors opening somewhere too. When the alarm stops, I overhear a groaning Silvio. He's managed to get up again. I lock eyes with him as he seems to get ready for a different maneuver, but I let my guard down, and Tongia manages to catch me by surprise from behind and gets me into a headlock. I swing the bottom of my cane and hit him in the ribs, and he grunts, but it isn't a powerful enough blow for him to let me go. Silvio then runs to my cane, grabs it, and with both hands gets it out of my grip. Panicking now, I begin to kick, but Silvio holds both my feet in place. I can't even do that now. I try to use my hands and aim for Tongia's eyes, but his arms above me are just too big for me to reach around. "This has gone on long enough," he grunts. "Time for a one-way trip to the next life." I'm actually quite nervous now, but before it can register I might actually lose this time, something hits him in the head quite hard. His grip is still too strong to let me go, but I can tell he now feels disoriented, and Silvio's grip has unintentionally loosened from confusion. Realizing whatever happened gives me the one chance I'm going to have to escape, I get my legs free. I'm about to kick him, but Murray, who either got through or got free from my handling of the remote, beats me to it and punches Silvio's lights out. I end up kicking him, but he barely feels it. Murray then goes up to Tongia and lands a second blow to his head. Tongia and I both fall to the floor, but I am finally able to pull myself out of his now gone grasp. Murray helps me up. "You okay?" "Yeah," I cough. I then see Bentley's RC copter on the ground. It had to have been what hit Tongia the first time. "Good to hear," says Penelope, who I see with the controller in her hands. I'm really happy to see the two of them. Penelope looks over to her father and noticeably tenses. Then she shakes her head and shows us a long and tough cord of rope she must have picked up on her way here. "Can you guys help me with this?" With Murray and Penelope now here, plus the fact Penelope's currently guiding the rest of the group to the forklift and they'll all be here soon, I think it's safe to say we can let our guard down at least a bit. We managed to take Tongia, Silvio, and the rest of the crew down. Penelope shared with us how she reunited with one of her sisters. When the two of our captured, most wanted foes open their eyes, the others are just on their way up. "Hello, Dad," says Penelope with a mixture of smugness and sadness, like she's happy she beat him, but exhausted and wishing she never had to in the first place. He looks at her like every nerve in his body wants it to not be true he has to look at her. "Disappointing, my daughter." She grins. "I take that as a compliment now. At least I'm not you." The others then arrive, minus Bentley. I ask McSweeney where he is, and Dimitri answers, saying he's still doing some work in the comms room. "Why is he doing that?" I ask. "He said something about a strange encrypted file or another kind of thingamajig. Could be helpful." "I suppose." Branwell walks over to the tied-up duo. It's his turn to be a little smug, I guess. "So we meet again, Mr. Silvio." "You might be the hero of your story," Silvio spits, "but you're the villain for mine. I'm the breadwinner in my family. I have a wife and son to look after, and this industry is how the bills are paid. When someone threatens to tear me apart, on behalf of them, I need to fight back. The moment you tried to fight me, you threatened them too, and that's outright disgusting." Branwell actually gets a little angry. I hope for his sake he doesn't let him have all the power again. "Because of you, your wife and son aren't going to be able to grow up with a daddy. They'll forever have the burden of being the wife and son of a kidnapper and attempted murderer. When my big article comes out about all of this, you won't ever have a moment's peace. You think you and your parents are now safe from me. But the moment you put your large nose into my business, you put yourself into a world where you're never going to be able to stop looking behind you." He smirks and grins. "Congrats." "The cops will make short work of you," he replies. "Everyone," says Carmelita, "the police should be here soon." I can faintly hear sirens. We lightly tense. "We should split," I say. "Wait," says Bentley through the comm. "We need to unlock the safe first. And by unlocking, I mean Unlocking, not breaking in. Why? Because I found out that apparently the safe is designed to be booby-trapped? How so, Bentley? Asks Branwell. If you show a thumbprint it doesn't recognize, you'll get zapped and hit with fireworks. I need to turn it off or else the police will try it and it will happen to them. Penelope speaks up. Carmelita, we should go. She grabs Silvio's access card he used to unlock the bars, which got dropped on the cement floor in the fight. I need to go free my sister before the cops find and interrogate her. You should guide the cops around, help them arrest some people and keep them off our tail. If the bars stay down, that shouldn't be too hard. All right, they head down the forklift. Okay, says Bentley after a moment. The booby trap is off. Not only that, but I've managed to bypass the safe. Awesome, Bentley, I say through the radio. But we're not out of the woods yet. It requires a combination and I can't find it in this database. And the cops are closing in on me. I have to get out of here. Meet you back at the van. One of you will have to open it by touch. Then the cops can handle the commium, adds Thornell. I decide to go for it. I've never opened a safe this big, and feeling the vibrations and hearing the clicks is actually quite hard. Branwell tenses, asking if we should really stay here, causing a loud smirk from Tongia and Silvio both. This causes their mouths to be duct-taped shut. I end up having to bring McSweeney over to listen for the lock clicks, but that manages to do the trick, and the safe is opened in no time. Wait, I can't help but say. We open it, all ready to skedaddle, and it's empty.